you've tried starting a limited liability company in the UK, this video is for you. So I've made videos around property, around starting a limited liability company, most especially because when you want to buy property for investment purposes in the UK, majority of the time, the property gurus advise you to do it in a limited liability company. So I randomly got reached out to by this company to review their service. Their name is First Formations. And this was the first time I had come across them. And since I've attempted to start a property business in this country before, I went through their website and I realized that there were so many hoops that I could have had an easier way out if I knew about them. So I agreed to make a review for them. And here goes. So we're going to go through everything that this company claims to offer if you're looking to start a company here in the UK, and even if you are not based in the UK. So this is going to be a review video going in depth on all the things I know that I feel like if I had used this company, I would have jumped so many hoops. And also you can check out my other video that I put up last week, which was explaining all the surprises I had come across and the additional costs I had faced when I started a limited liability company in the UK. So I'm going to share my screen here and I'm going to go through First Formations as a company that you can use to assist you to start a company here in the UK. I'm going to add my affiliate link. When you use that link, I get a fee if you use that link to use their services. And I'm going to go through their website one by one for you to be aware and understand the processes that you need to get through to get your company successfully up and running here in the UK. Now, I know I've mentioned so much about property, but this is not only for property businesses. This is for any other business you're doing in the UK that you need help setting up as a limited liability company. So here you can see First Formations, you can see company information, additional services that they provide, resource hub, rewards, and then logins and stuff like that. So they're saying that set up a limited company today, over 140 UK-based company experts at our Covent Garden headquarters, the highest rated formation agent with over 25,000 plus excellent reviews, and expert support and services you won't find at company's house. So they give you the chance to check if the company name you're looking for is available. So you can put in, let's say you just want to start a company called Legacy Limited, and see whether that is available. So it says, sorry, this company name is unavailable. Also unavailable is Legacy PLC. So at least it helps you here to check at least if the name you're thinking of for your company is available. But this page was the one that I found the most interesting, and it shows the plans that they have available for you. I'm going to go through it one by one, and I'm okay if you skip this video along. I'm going to timestamp everything that I talk about so that if you're looking for other information, you can skip along and see that, because I want to make sure that I give a very in-depth view of this company, and then it can help you make your decision whether you want to use them for your company formation. So this page, so when I go to view all packages, this is one of the best way I decided to look through it and to see whether this is good value for money. So they have 3 plans: the digital, the privacy, and the all-inclusive. For customers who just want essentials, for no frills, companies formation with digital documents. So this is the basic, like you just want to set up the company at company's house. Some people will tell you, hey, you can easily do this on the website of company's house for £50. It used to be £12, but it's now £50. But these guys have included the £50 in the fee. So this 52.99 is pretty much you paying £2.99 because you would have paid £50 to Companies House, which is inclusive. So the fee is really £2.99. And I think it's best to go through all these, information buttons to understand what you're getting. So the first thing here is you get a limited company setup. Okay, I don't have a question yet. So for any of the packages, you get your new company will usually be registered within 24 hours, which from my experience is similar to how long it takes for you to register your company at Companies House on your own. However, this time scale is subject to Companies House workload and it may take longer. If it is of great importance that your company is incorporated as soon as possible or on the same day, we also recommend you add the guaranteed same-day service to your order. So that's an additional thing that you can add. Once your new company has been approved by Companies House, you can start trading immediately. So you get this with all the packages, which I think is the main purpose of you landing onto their website. Now, what you get with all the packages as well is the Companies House £50 filing fee included. So if you think about it, if you go for this package, you are pretty much paying £2.99. If you go for this package, you are pretty much paying £17.99. And if you go for this package, you are paying £39.99, which is pretty affordable if you ask me, for them saving you most of the admin. The other thing, and I mentioned this on my other video that I did last week about bank accounts, is that they help you get a free business bank account, which is amazing because when you set up the company, the SIC codes that you choose are used when you are setting up your bank account as well. So the bank will usually check those details on Companies House and it will determine the kind of compliance that is needed for you to have a business bank account with any of the banks that you go with. And I made sure to look into this list and I noticed that it's not just the fintech online banks like Tide, like Monzo, like Revolut Business. They also have the mainstream banks, which I think is a plus that they have connections with both online fintech banks and also the mainstream banks. So if you go through this quickly, it says that we've partnered with 7 of the top banks to provide our UK customers a free business bank account. This offer is only available to companies with UK residents, directors and shareholders. So unfortunately, if you are trying to start a company in the UK and you're not based in the UK, this is not applicable to you. Simply choose your preferred bank when completing your company application form and they will contact you after the company has been formed. Our current banking partners include Barclays, NatWest, Metal, Zempla, Tide, Monzo and Anna. So I've tried Tide before, I've tried Monzo before. NatWest, I've not tried it for business bank account and I've not tried Barclays for business bank accounts, but obviously they're mainstream banks, so I expect them to have those services. So for international customers based outside of the UK are recommended to purchase non-residents or e-seller packages, which include free business bank account referral to World First. So I don't know what World First is, but I'm guessing is a bank that provides banking services to internationals who are not based in the UK. World First provides a UK bank sort code and account number, as well as the ability to open 10 plus local currency accounts for free and spend in 40 plus currencies. So that seems really good to me. Obviously, they're not guaranteeing the bank account. They're saying that they would help you with a referral to that bank to create your bank account with that bank. The next thing that I would look at is a free online company manager. So from what they are saying, you would have an online platform with first formations where you can manage everything that they are doing for you. So if you look at on here, it says, our online company manager system allows you to take full control of your company details from one central login. So you can receive emails, you get reminders of key filing dates to avoid missing deadlines and incurring penalties. You can make changes to company officer details, addresses, changing accounting dates, the file confirmation statement. So pretty much your one login that gives you access to do whatever you want to do with your company without having to log into a gov.uk website and an HMRC website. It's all kind of like compiled or consolidated on this platform, and then you can have one login and get help when you're on the platform as well, because you can speak to them and ask questions and all that. One other important thing that I saw that got me really excited was the free .com or .co.uk domain name. So usually when you start a company and you want a website, you need to check whether you can get whatever name you've named your company.com, if that's what you want to put online. So they've added this to all three packages. So even with the basic package, they've teamed up with Ionos, IONOS, one of UK's top providers of domain names, to offer you a free .com.uk. Now, let me just compare that to you trying to get your own domain name. So get a domain name, right? And then let's go with GoDaddy, right? So if I want maybe Abigail Asantewa .com, that is gonna cost me 0.01 in my first year only, with 3-year term. So that's not too expensive actually. So sometimes I've seen that when you search up, so let's say your company is called maybe greatminds.com. So you see here that if you are trying to buy one that's already used, you're not going to get it. But if you use other forms, so like other ways, so .world, .fii, you will pay for it, and the prices vary. So depending on what company you are trying to do, you are going to get this inclusive of the $52.99. So indirectly the $2.99 goes to help with this. So if you think of it as if you paid for it on your own versus here, you are getting an all-inclusive package here. The next thing I would mention is filing of first confirmation statement. So it's a legal requirement to submit your confirmation statement to Companies House at least 1 year, keeping them informed up to date of your latest company details. So this service, you'll get it for the first year. And then if you stay on with First Formation to continue filing your confirmation statement, they are going to charge you additional $59.99 plus VAT after your first year. So I just want to put it out there. Most of these come with the first year when you buy the package. Then after that, if you want to keep on some of these additional services, you need to start paying them for some of these additional services. So you choose which additional services you want them to keep doing for you, and they will charge you yearly for it. So it says here that please note, this service does not include the Companies House filing fee of $34 at the time of filing your first confirmation statement. We will take payment of $34 using your payment card details securely stored in your account. So when you're doing your first confirmation statement, Companies House already charges you £34, but they are doing a confirmation statement for you at $59.99 plus VAT. Let's say in your second year, because in the first year it comes free with the package. Then they will charge you the £34 on top. The other thing that I found really exciting was a business telephone number for the free for the first 3 months. So after they set up your company for you and everything, they would enhance your business's professional image with a dedicated business telephone number, which is super cool. With this service, you'll receive a London or regional telephone number, and all calls will be forwarded to your number of choice. So you don't need a real extra phone. You just need this service, and then whenever someone calls, they'll forward it to your number, which is so cool. And so you can be receiving calls from this business phone number. But this is 3 months free of charge. So if you want it going forward after the first 3 months, they will charge you an additional $9.99 plus VAT per month. The next thing is email copy of certificate of incorporation, memorandum and articles, and share certificates. So when you file register your company at Companies House, they send you these. And so First Formation will pretty much forward it over to you. So this comes to the end of the basic package, which they call the digital package. So for $52.99, I do think that it's a good package, given they will take all your details, they'll do all the research, and and incorporate the company properly for you if you don't know what you're doing. And after that, if you want the additional services and you find them helpful, then you can continue using those additional services for yourself. Now, let's say you pay an extra £17.99. What do you get? So in this case, this is the part I loved. You get an email copy of company register with first entries. So what is this? A digital version of your company's statutory registers, including completed initial entries from the date of your company registration. The documents included in the company register are, so they've listed all of that. But the additional one that got me super excited was a registered office, because those of us who don't want to use our home address as our company address, now we get a registered office with this package, additional $17.99 for the year of for our company using their London WC2 address in Covent Garden. So if your company is on Companies House, you can now use their address, and it looks like it's in the middle of, central London somewhere, which seems cool if you are trying to get some credibility online. And in this case, they will scan and email all statutory company mail to you from all UK government bodies and court documents free of charge. So that comes with it. So whenever a letter comes from HMRC, a letter comes from Companies House, they'll scan and send it to you, and it's part of the price. But after 12 months, it is now £39 plus VAT a month to have this service. And the service is every 12 months. So they'll charge you that for a year. I think it's one of the most competitive I've seen on the market, actually. So if you're looking for a virtual address, this could be your way to go. But in this case, the virtual address is just for the company, the registered company. Now, what we need virtual addresses for as well is for the directors, for the persons of significant control. So let's see whether these guys will provide that. So you get one-time service address. So they're explaining that this is all company directors and shareholders who are persons of significant control, and company secretaries must provide service address where statutory mail from government bodies such as Companies House and HMRC can be sent to them personally. So now this extra level is giving you one service address for one of these people. So this item provides a service address for one person and is renewable on a 12-month basis at a cost of £26. So if you got their address service for the registered company, you're paying £39 a year for that additional service after the first year. If you add one director, you're paying additional £26 plus VAT for that after the first year. Now, they have another one, which now ends the second package, which is called the privacy package. So this other one now adds business address service for 12 months. So this will allow you to use their address for your day-to-day business correspondence. A business address in the heart of London's West End is an excellent way to enhance the corporate image of your company and establish a business presence in an important area. All mail addressed to your company will be forwarded to you by scan and email, and on the same day we receive it. So what's the difference between this and the one I mentioned before, which was the registered business address? The registered business address, they'll just forward you all the mail from government bodies. They'll scan it and send it to you. But here, all your mail, not just from government bodies, they will scan it and send it to you on the same day that they receive it. The service is renewable on a 12-monthly basis at the cost of £96 plus VAT. So after 1 year, you pay £96 plus VAT for this extra service that they are providing for you. Notice will be given in advance of your renewal date, and you'll be able to cancel the service. So if you don't want it, you can cancel it. Now, if they are going to forward on mail delivery to you, so they say mail forwarded by scan and email costs 50p per item. So there's an additional cost again. If you don't read these fine prints, it will come to you as a surprise and you think that they are taking advantage of you. But any items of value that cannot be sent by scan and email will be forwarded by post. All postal forwarding will be charged at Royal Mail postal rates plus 15%. So they are providing you a service of pretty much receiving your mail and do whatever you want them to do. but it all comes at additional costs. But if you think about it, they are providing your privacy service for you, and nobody can just show up at your house, and you have also a very prestigious address in London as your company address online, which sometimes gives you some form of credibility depending on the kind of company that you are running. Now, all the additional services that you get for the all-inclusive package, and that is the best value so far according to them. So they are going to print out your certificate of incorporation and share certificates, printed and bound memorandum of association and articles of association. Those are cool. I think it's nice to have. Hey, you have it printed out in a nice booklet or whatever. That's okay, but I don't need it. And as long as I have a soft copy, I think I'm fine. But if in case you need it, they're going to give you that additional service in the all-inclusive package. Now, the one that excited me the most is VAT registration and PAYE registration, because those are things I had to do on my own and I wasn't sure what I was doing. And if you, a professional, can take over and do it for you the right way, it will save you a lot of admin. So when I said it on my other video, when your turnover hits 90,000, you need to, in the next 12 months, you need to register for VAT. It is a legal requirement depending on the type of business you're running anyways. So the ability to claim back VAT on goods, raise a company's corporate image, enable deals with suppliers and customers. So the VAT registration process explained: as soon as your company is incorporated, we'll ask for additional information to complete your VAT registration application. Once your VAT registration has been approved, we will send your VAT registration to you by email. Your VAT registration certificate will be sent to you by post by HMRC. PAYE. So PAYE registration, you can also use at any time. And if you would like to pay yourself as a director of the company, or you have employees or other directors who will be taking salary from your company, it is a legal requirement to register for PAYE with HMRC. So they'll pretty much handle that as well, which I think is super cool. When you're trying to, run your own company from home, you have no idea what these processes are. You don't have an accountant as your beck and call, and you're just trying to, be legal. They'll sort it out for you. The other thing that they add here, which I thought was super cool as well, is they give you free 4 hours meeting room hire. So now you've used the address, and if for some reason you need to have a meeting and you want, to look credible, you want someone to come to London and come and meet you, they'll give you free 4 hours in one of their rooms. So you enjoy 4 hours of meeting hire, up to 8 people in our tech-enabled rooms with all the amenities you need for a productive and comfortable day. This alone is probably worth the £90 that you are paying, because who's going to allow you to just enter their office and use their tech-enabled meeting rooms for your personal gain or your personal processes without, you paying? So there's video conferencing, super fast Wi-Fi, air conditioning, concierge services, and on-site IT support, complimentary filtered water, tea and coffee, and interactive touchscreen display. So different things that they give when you have this package. And our meeting rooms are open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. The included 4 hours can be used in a single session or split across multiple meetings. Additional hours can be purchased as required. This offer must be used within 6 months of purchase date. For more information, check out our meeting rooms page on our First Formations website. So it has terms and conditions. Don't forget, you get it, you don't use it within the first 6 months, you're not going to have it. And then GDPR compliance package. So on my other video, I mentioned about ICO. And I think this is what solves that problem. So GDPR compliance package, this valuable package provides all the guidance and templates your company needs to quickly and inexpensively become fully GDPR compliant. If you don't know what you're doing, get First Formations to help you with that. They've given further details on when GDPR compliance was instituted and what you need to do. So this just helps you to avoid all the research that you need to do, and they can help you with their templates to become GDPR compliant. The last thing, which is awesome, is a full company secretary service. This is actually worth $149.99. This is super cool because you literally have someone who is your personal company secretary who is just telling you everything you need to do so you don't forget anything. So what's included? Up to 15 changes to your company per year, including director appointments, share transfers, share allotments, free of charge, preparation and filing of annual confirmation statements, including the company's house filing fee of 34. Okay. Preparation and maintenance and storage of your 5 company registers, exclusive solicitor written guidance notes covering key topics and processes you need to be aware of when running a company. If your company is dormant, they will prepare and file your dormant company accounts. Literally, they will handle your life when it comes to all company problems, company formation problems. And I'm sure at the end of the year, they are going to ask you to renew. So they said our full company secretary service is renewable annually at 149.99. So if you want this service to continue after 1 year, it's £150 plus VAT really. But you will always receive notice in advance of your renewal date and you'll be able to cancel the service at any time. So I think these guys are providing a lot of value if you are starting your company and you are clueless what to do. Would I go in with them? Yes, probably. Which package will I use? Depending on the company I'm trying to create. So if I'm trying to create a company where I need meeting rooms, I need the office address to be a London-based address to help my company improve on its profile and to also make it credible. If I'm just, I just need a company structure to do a few things where I don't need to prove that I'm based in London or anything to anyone, I can go ahead and do this. I can go ahead and use the digital package. So depending on what you're trying to achieve, I think you can pick the packages that work best and provide the best value for you. Now, before I move on, I just wanted to browse the reviews that I have seen for first formations. So according to Google, they have 4.7 rating with 6,042 reviews. But I'm the kind of person that I don't only look at the good things that people have said about you, I also look at the bad things. And so I chose 1-star rating and I decided to go through the experience that people have had. And to be fair, the 1-star ratings are not that much. It's 5% of all the ratings that they've gotten, which in the grand scheme of things is normal for someone to have some ratings that are not great. But one thing that stood out there for me was there were a number of people who were using first formations to form a company in the UK when they were not based in the UK, which is another selling point for first formations. And it seems as if the paperwork and the documentation was a bit frustrating because sometimes some individuals in some countries are not eligible to create companies in the UK. And I noticed that there were some from African countries that were complaining that it would have been best if they were told upfront that they were not eligible rather than going through the processes, paying, and then they were told later on that because of the country that they hail from, they cannot create a company in the UK, which was a bit frustrating. So that is one of the stories that stood out in most of the reviews that were not looking great. But apart from that, there are several people on here. 84% of the people who have reviewed first formations thought they had an amazing service with them. And I think if you want to start a company, it's probably worth checking them out. I hope you found this useful. And if you want to start your own company using first formations, you can use my referral link. I will get a commission if you use my referral link. Thank you. If you have any other questions, you can put them in the comment section and we can look at it. And if you have any feedback for first formations as well, just let me know and I will message them and let them know as well. And that's it. Hope you found this helpful. It's been Abigail.